Oh.
Yeah. Is that what you do?
Oh.
Yeah. Okay.
So Winnie is getting huge. She won't sit still anymore. Winnie, come here. Winnie.
What's up, everybody? Chris Freemester, Unfinished Project, Chungo 68, Nick Bruni, Ryder Beefer, I don't know what that means, Ola, James Fife. What's going on, everybody?
Happy Sunday.
Bill McKiska, happy Sunday.
So what's going on? What's new and exciting?
I don't know. What is new and exciting?
You need to give me stuff to talk about.
What?
I ran out of stuff to talk about 4 years ago now. So I rely on you to get the conversation started.
But Josh H is here, and he says howdy.
Howdy, Josh H.
Ford LTD, Frank Gemro, James Hot Rod. Oh, there's so many people. So, what's new, Tony?
It's Sunday,
Yeah?
and it's, there she is. Come here, Winnie. Can you get a look at her?
Move your ashtray out of the shot.
And how old is she now? She's what?
16 weeks.
16 weeks. So that's 4 months?
Yeah, about. She was born June 23rd.
Winnie, come over here. She's already bigger than Maggie. By a bunch. She's gonna be a monster, but she's beautiful.
She is going to be a monster. How did Winnie do in class? Okay, she did really good.
Yes.
At first, she was barking at the other dogs a little bit, so eventually she calmed down.
Yeah, it was the first time she was around dogs that weren't like either her brothers and sisters or her sisters over here.
Mm-hmm.
So.
But she did really, really well.
Yeah.
Like she walked, she healed better than everybody else. She knows her downs and other
Yeah,
dogs
she's
don't know
super
their downs.
advanced.
Yeah, she's advanced.
That dog's brain
We're
has a
not
lot of
saying it
wrinkles
just
in it.
because she's our dog.
No, there's no partiality there at all. Look how cute. She's eating the box of floor tiles.
I know.
That's so adorable.
Yeah. But she did really good. Let's see. Let's get parts rebuilding and new parts back in North America, Doug Jones says.
Yes, I think that's a great
How
idea.
do you want to do that?
Everything has to collapse first.
Oh, that's not a good thing.
Yes, it's a good thing.
It's a good thing.
It's a bad system that has to come down. So after everything collapses, we'll get manufacturing back here.
I don't think it's going to happen instantly, though. Do you?
Oh, no. It's going to take a few years.
Okay. Well, there you go.
I've been gearing up for this for 25 years.
Yeah.
So, I mean, literally, I'm waiting for this for like 25 years. So for me, it's just like, come on, let's go. Let's get this over with.
Charles S. says, preach, Uncle Tony, preach. So,
The only disconcerting thing to me was that, so for the last 25 years that I've been getting ready for this, I mean, literally 25 years now, right? I always had that little nagging thought in the back of my mind that maybe I was insane. And that was, and that was a comfort.
that thought too.
That was a comfort. It's like, you know what? Maybe I'm just nuts and I'm imagining all of this stuff.
It's okay.
Right? Even like when 9/11 happened, I was like,
Okay.
maybe I'm just imagining, the things that I think, right?
No,
But no, I didn't imagine any of it. And so now everybody else is catching. The whole rest of the world is starting to catch on.
Is it cold outside in Tennessee?
Yes, that's where we're
It's
here
raining.
tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's scuzzy out tonight.
What's up, Two Hacks?
She's really. Oh, Jeff, bro. I just saw you sent me some text. I only went through my text this afternoon. I'll give you a call tomorrow.
Jeff, he doesn't answer me either.
Yeah, I don't answer anybody. I'm an erotic recluse.
Winnie. Okay,
Winnie,
she's chewing that box up.
yeah, she's.
That's awesome.
Oh God,
We appreciate that, Winnie.
is she actually eating the floor tiles or just the box?
No, she's just ripping the box up.
Aren't those floor tiles expensive?
Well, yeah, I need them to finish the closet.
Yeah. All right.
So she probably shouldn't chew a corner of them.
No, she's just so smart. She wants to take them out of the box
Is
for
that what
mommy.
it is?
Yes.
Let's see,
She's really
BMW,
going it down on that.
BMW 1 Series says, hello, Kathy and Tony from Klaus, Denmark. I enjoy your live channel. Looks good with cold Coke.
Well, thank you. Yes, a cold Mexican Coke with real cane sugar.
Let's see. They placed the battery under the driver.
Isn't that special? No, actually, it's in England. So the driver sits on the wrong side of the car, so that's under the passenger
It's
seat.
the right side for them.
No, it's the wrong. It's always the wrong side.
Sorry, England.
Yeah.
Let's see. Mexican Coke, I finally had one yesterday. Joe K says, do you like it?
Right? Night and day difference.
That one guy says, love the Cuban repair video. Do you have any plans on how to remanufacture parts, rewiring, alternators, etc.?
I don't really do that kind of video because there are people who do tutorials on how to. So I try not to do very specific things because you have to. In this business, you have to go for the broadest stroke. So if I did a video on how to rebuild a Chrysler alternator, let's just say, how many people are interested in rebuilding Chrysler alternators? So it's a video that gets like 8 views. But that's not the thing that stops me from doing it. I don't mind doing doing videos that have low views. The problem is if you do enough of them, the analytics punish you. So in order to keep to stay in the favor of the YouTube gods, we have to do videos that get somewhere in the neighborhood of 10% of our subscriber number. That's the magic. That's the magic thing. You have to average. Your videos have to average approximately 10% of your subscription number. So if I have 300,000 subscribers, I have to average 30,000 views a video. If the average falls under that, YouTube punishes you by not putting your videos out. So that's why I stay away from niche videos or niche how-tos. It's not that I don't want to do them, but they hurt the channel, right? From an analytics standpoint. I know it sucks, but that's the way it is.
Bravo on yesterday's EV video. So when is the big live?
Nobody's taken me up on it
Yeah,
yet.
I just checked the emails.
I just watched the Fully Charged show, which they recorded about 4 or 5 hours ago. No mention of me. I watched the Electric Viking. He's done a couple of videos since ours came out. No mention. So as I kind of figured, they would just ignore it.
Jeep videos are not niche, are they?
Which?
Jeep videos.
Jeep?
Yeah.
Do you know how many Jeeps are out there?
I don't like Pepsi, Stray Bullet says.
I do. See, I prefer Pepsi, but I can't get real Pepsi or Pepsi with real sugar. But I can get the Cokes with real sugar.
Any experience with the Predator / Chemdig carbs?
No. Well, I wrenched a funny car for the guy who owned Predator carburetors. He lived in his shop and everything was in Toms River, New Jersey, back in the early 90s, like 91 or 92. So I spent a year in the shop 25 feet away from where the Predator carburetors were being built, but I never touched them. At that point, like gasoline and stuff like that, I spent like 12, 13 years or so where like I didn't touch anything but nitro cars. I did work on regular cars, but I had no interest in performance cars that weren't powered by nitro ethane.
Okay, Blood Nose says, Andy the Gabby Cabby mentioned you tonight. You're popular in England.
Nice. Who's Andy the Gabby?
I know you're going to have to look up.
I'm going to have to look that up.
Andy the Gabby Cabby.
Let's see. Keep going.
Okay, I'm keeping going.
Okay.
All right, let's see. Shasta soda?
Nah.
No. How about Tab?
Oh, no.
Oh no, what?
No tab.
Oh, I think
Andy the
Gabby Cabby.
Oh.
Did you watch Shaun the Sheep, man?
I have not.
I watched that.
Oh, was it a live stream? I guess it was a live stream. Okay, I'll have to watch that.
Very cool.
All right. Well, thanks for the shout out, Andy. To Gabby.
We'll have to go to England.
No.
What do you mean no?
I can't go to England.
Why?
Because it requires leaving the North American continent.
But we could take a boat.
You can take a boat.
Again, he doesn't want to travel.
Have you seen the Titanic?
We're not going to take the Titanic.
Have you seen it?
I saw it, yeah.
Okay, that's what happens.
It's not what happens.
No.
Boats go across the water all the time.
No, I see videos about shipwrecks all the time.
Oh, brother.
Yeah, I'm good, thanks.
All right. Let's see. Mostly old parts. Tony, I know you did a video on the Edelbrock 4150 style replacement carburetor,
Okay.
but have you actually used one yet? They look interesting on paper. Just wondering about actual experience.
The which one? The Edelbrock?
The Edelbrock 4150.
Yeah, I have no. I've seen them, but I never used one.
No.
But I mean, I haven't heard. Really, how do you get it wrong? It would be almost impossible to do a bad carburetor. I mean, like the Chinese knockoffs that you buy for like $50 are perfect. We've bought several of them, put them on, right out of the box, and they're good to go. It would be nearly impossible to screw up a carburetor. It's just that everything's been perfected, and the science is so old at this point that I'm sure it lives up to. Like I would not hesitate to buy one.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you, are you going to buy one?
No.
It's just that you wouldn't hesitate.
Well, because I have carburetors up the wazoo.
Yeah.
So I don't need any more carburetors. If I was in the market for a carburetor,
It'd be a good video, though.
well, also too, I don't have any parts for it,
No.
right? Like I have parts for all of the carburetors that I have lots of carburetor parts, and all the little stuff, accelerator pumps and this gasket and that fitting and so I've got all of that stuff. So for me to like just buy a carburetor that doesn't fit that profile would kind of be silly, because if I want to do quick changes on things or try different stuff, I can't. So I just stick with the Holleys and the Edelbrocks, Carters and Edelbrocks that I know.
Stray Bullet wants to know, do you like root beer?
I go through root beer phases, right? Like I went through a period of like 2 years where it was the only liquid I consumed was root beer. And coffee. It was just root beer and coffee. And I went through the same thing with orange juice.
Orange soda you like.
But, well, yeah, orange soda, orange juice, and then Tang.
And
So
you like ginger ale.
Yeah, I go through phases where I find a drink
Go
that I
with
like,
kicks.
and I go nuts drinking that.
That's
The only thing
right.
that's always consistent is coffee. I need to have a lot of coffee.
Okay. Cripple Crab 92 says, "Hey Uncle Tony, Uncle Kathy, can my BF Will get a birthday shout out? 10/18 is his birthday." Will.
Happy birthday, Will.
Happy birthday, Will.
Let's all sing happy birthday to Will.
I don't sing.
Oh, come on.
I really don't sing.
All
You
right,
sing.
well, no.
Did you move that dirty ashtray?
It's silly when just one person's...
Thanks, you're the
But-
best.
But I'm using it. You want me to put it over there?
Yeah, just couldn't have a shot.
Nobody cares.
Oh,
Nobody
I
cares.
care.
Well, I would have sung happy birthday, except Buzzkill
I'm
Uncle
sorry.
Kathy decided that she's not going to. So I'm just going to
Will
say
didn't
happy
want to see
birthday,
that
Will.
on his birthday. Happy birthday.
Traumatized.
What?
He would be traumatized on his birthday. They're having a tug of war.
Yeah, tug of war. That's the ground.
Show them the tug of war.
Crazy. It's you good. You gotta stop.
Yes.
All right. That's it. Are you done? No. You're not done. Oh, you won. Very good.
Yay!
Yay. Okay. She won. Okay. Ashtray is in the shot on some.
That has to be 0.
No,
No?
it's John M.
Okay.
I like visual cleanness. Sorry. What about Orange Julius?
Julius. That's like a Chicago thing, right?
I don't know.
I think it's like an upper Midwest thing, isn't it? I may have tried it, but I've never.
I thought Uncle T would have bought himself a nice new Tesla for his birthday.
I don't like the plan and all that. It's a very interesting thing. It's a very fascinating thing to me. If there was an electric, see, that's the thing, right? People are always like, oh, he doesn't like electric cars. No, if they had a simple electric car, if they had an electric car that had like normal windows, normal controls, gear dials, you know, like tangible stuff, right? Or analog stuff. I'd be all over it. Especially something like the plant. I'd be all over it. And I don't care about stuff like range. It would be like a toy. You know what I'm saying? But they don't make anything like that. Everything they make is like over-teched, way over-teched, and I don't want to have anything to do with that. If Tesla was to produce an economical, and it's not even the money that's really the issue, but if they were to produce an economical, analog-based electric performance car, they'd sell a ton of them, and they might even sell one to me, because I might be in the market for something like that. But as it stands, the way these cars are built, and it's really it's all new cars, it's not just the Teslas. The over-tech, the over-complication, I'm turned off to it.
Mark says your EV propaganda video was spot on.
Thank you.
Claims that EV and hybrid vehicles are environmentally cleaner and sustainable are demonstrably untrue.
I was going to do a video yesterday, actually. Excuse me. I was going to do a video yesterday, and I ended up doing that video instead. But it was about the concept of sustainability, because that's this whole thing, right? Oh, sustainability and zero carbon and all this other bullshit, right? But I was going to do a video on that, on sustainability, and what sustainability really means, and what reducing like a carbon footprint really means. I'm not going to do the video, so I'll describe it. So I went and I bought a seat for the Belvedere. I wanted a bench on the car because it has a roll bar in the back, and I want to be able to use it as a regular car. And it's a four-door, so a four-door should have a bench. So I bought a bench out of an 1864 Polara, which is a B-body. And I paid $45 for this thing. And it has the original upholstery on it. And the original upholstery is all good. It's all soft, it's all pliable. There were no rips, no tears, no wear marks. This is a 60, it'll be 60 years old. This is a 60-year-old seat that doesn't need to be recovered, doesn't need to be reupholstered. The springs are all good. You know, everything is good on it. It's a good seat for $45. But that's what sustainability is. You know, good materials fashioned in a way that they stay together, not planned obsolescence. That's sustainability. What is the carbon footprint of a car that was built 60 years ago, let's say? All right, it uses fuel, it uses oil, it uses those, it uses rubber as it goes down the road. But look at all of the construction costs that were saved over the course of 60 years. So if the car was only intended to be used, let's say for 10 years, but you ended up getting 60 years out of this car, that means that you saved the cost of that car being built 6 times over. You see what I'm saying? That's sustainability. Keeping these old cars that we have together, if you really want to be green, right? And like, I don't give a shit about any of that stuff. But if you really wanted to be green, you would be finding cars from the 60s and the 70s that are light, simple, easy to repair, made of materials that will hold up for the long haul, and keep them going. It's the most ecological thing you could possibly ever do. But it's not good for corporations. It kills their profits.
They need to make junk.
They need to make junk to keep you on the treadmill.
Yes.
So that they can keep producing more and more debt.
Right.
But they probably won't have to make more junk to produce debt, because now they'll do wars, and they'll be able to do the debt through the wars.
Yay.
Go.
Alright. Okay.
Go central bank.
Like they do in Cuba.
And it's like you know, you get wars, you get two sides on the war. Which central bank are you going to root for? Because that's really what it comes down to. It's not, forget about the country, forget about the flags. It's who's central bank.
Did we see the eclipse? I didn't. It was very cloudy here in Tennessee yesterday.
It was,
just
yeah.
like a wall of clouds over us, protecting us from the solar.
Yeah, we've been protected from the. It's been fall here for the last couple of days.
And rainy.
But we're due we'll get an Indian summer. Like usually in November, we get like 2 or 3 weeks in November where it's 90 degrees and it's just gorgeous out. So I'm looking forward to that.
Let's see. Tony is based. Are you based? Everything your breath says you're based.
I've been called retarded.
That's true. Let's see. Justin Billington says, I always tell people my 73 Satellite wagon is more efficient than a modern car / EV, and they always look at me like I'm mad.
Mm-hmm.
No, you're right. Where's Peg's leg?
You'll never know.
Hilarious. Let's see. We got a riding season coming up in Florida. I thought this was a car show, Joe Lyman said.
Oh, it can be.
Are we not talking about cars?
We're talking about, we're car people. We're a collective of car people. And we have other things in our lives. You know, we have puppies, we have soda, and we have things. We live in the world, right? So we're car people, and we look at the world through a car person's perspective. So yeah, it's all car stuff.
But we were just talking about cars and sustainability, right?
Absolutely. Who made the comment?
Don't worry about it.
I was just going to say, go away.
Don't worry about it.
Just go away.
Everything new is crap, yes.
Yeah.
What's Uncle Tony based on? Save the boxy cars. Planned obsolescence. I mean, how can you not talk about the sustainability of cars when that's what you do?
You want to be ecological? Bring back the original S10. Right? You know? See, that's the thing. If the powers that be really cared about the environment, really cared about conservation, really cared about all of this shit, they would force the automakers to go the other way. Build small, light, fuel-efficient cars like they did in the 70s and the 80s, and even into the 90s. Build little pickup trucks. Build small, economical cars.
Yeah, the compacts are huge.
Right. Yeah. Crystal drives a what is that? A Toyota what?
She drives a Honda.
A Honda. It's all the same. No, it's a Toyota.
No, it's a Honda.
It's a Honda? Okay, she drives a Honda. A Civic?
I don't know.
I don't even know what it
They
is.
all look the same.
I don't even know what it is. It's bigger than a B-Buddy Mopar. She comes over, she parks this, modern, economy car in the driveway next to one of my B-Buddy Mopars, and her car is bigger. It towers out. It's wider. It's
Yeah,
taller.
we need a Dodge
It's
Omni.
almost as long.
Subaru Brat. Remember,
Yeah.
we had an Omni. They were tiny.
Yeah. Bring all of that back.
Pinto, Maverick, Vega,
Yep. Bring all of that back.
Rabbit.
The Feather Duster got 38 miles to the gallon in 1976. On paper, obviously, they advertised it at 30 miles to the gallon. But it did get more than 30 miles to the gallon in 1976. That was with a catalytic converter and all of the emissions bullshit of the day, and it still managed to get over 30 miles to the gallon. Do that today.
See, that's right, Tony. Cars were smaller and better in the early 90s too. Ryan says. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Like they're really heavy now.
You know what really doesn't make sense? And I've been noticing, I kind of noticed it a little bit, like in the periphery, but ever since we did the thing on the Rivian, I've been looking at cars, new cars, as from the perspective of crash damage. And things have gone the exact opposite of where they were, let's say in 1972, 1973. 73, they mandated that everything get a 5-mile-an-hour bumper. So what that meant, ow!
Oh, are you okay?
She took a chunk out of my toe.
Did you?
Yeah. All right. And, ow! She won't let go. All right. Okay.
Sorry, everybody.
Sorry about that. So, Maggie, go bite Maggie.
She's a puppy.
She's a good girl. Ow! She's a good girl. She's teething.
Yeah,
you know.
she's teething.
Her mouth is. No, stop! Ow! Okay. All right. So, her snout is getting bigger, and her teeth are getting bigger, and she's teething. That's just, what are you gonna do? So, 73, they. Too cute.
Sorry, guys.
'73 they mandated these 5-mile-an-hour bumpers, which were hideous, right? My '73 Roadrunner, my '74 Duster, they all had these 5-mile-an-hour bumpers. And the whole idea was that if you hit something at 5 miles an hour, there would be zero damage. Okay, that was the whole point. Zero damage at 5 miles an hour. Now you look at every single car, every new car. Forget about bumpers. There's no bumpers. There's nothing. It's like in '70 they freaked out about the split bumper Camaro, right? And the Coronet with the split bumpers. Couldn't do that anymore after 1970. Everything had to be a solid bumper, and in '73 they made everybody have a solid 5-mile-an-hour bumper. Now, screw bumpers. Screw any type of protective thing. You look at all these new cars, like the Nissans. There's just nothing there. There's zero protection to the front of the car. There's no bumper. There's no plastic bumper. There's no hint of a bumper. Just headlights and a grille that sticks way out and is protected by zero. How did they get away with this? How did we get away with this? The problem is we all pay for it. Everybody pays for it. You're going to pay for it through your insurance.
I don't think there's people really out there like discriminating and attacking the manufacturers the way there used to be, at least when I was a kid, like in the 70s. There used to be Consumer Reports. They were always doing specials on different items, and every new item that came out, every car that came out, they were like going through it with a fine-tooth comb.
Yep.
And
now
I don't
it's
think
nothing.
now it's like
It's
everybody
nothing.
just bends over to the corporations because they're all getting the palms greased.
The corporations own everything. The corporations own the government. The government makes the rules. It's that simple. Done. So, but we all pay for it.
I mean, it's the public's fault because they just take it.
Yes. Well, okay, that is absolutely true. I can't fault the corporations. You can't fault the. Okay, you can't fault the. You can fault the corrupt government, but you. Well, you can. All right, a government by its nature is not supposed to be corrupt. You know. So, but you can't blame the corporations because the corporations' priority is not to their customers but to their shareholders, and so anything they're fulfilling their duty to their shareholders by producing stuff that's shit that gets damaged and replaced and is disposable and get maximum profit out of it as long as they keep the numbers up. So you can't really even fault the corporations, and you can't fault the corporations for bribing the corrupt government because, well, the corporation has to create or maintain an edge over its competition. So if you can grease the palms of the corrupt government to have them look the other way and make rules, well, you can't really fault the corporations for that either. Even though it's evil and insidious, you still can't, like, you know, you can't fault you can't fault a black widow or a brown recluse for biting you. You stick your hand in a place where it shouldn't be and you get bit by a friggin' spider or a snake or something. You can't fault the snake or the spider for doing that because that's what they do. So you can't really fault the corporation for being evil and insidious, but you can fault the government because the government is supposed to be the firewall between us poor innocent, citizens and the evil and insidious corporations. What are you gonna do?
We can do.
What are you gonna do?
We can do something.
I have no idea. I just went off on a rant.
You know,
I was watching my puppy the whole time. I have no idea.
Wayne Ferguson says, Tony, do you think that it's possible to manufacture cheap cars and still create something good?
Yeah, absolutely. They built tons of cheap cars that were excellent. They built a bunch of cheap cars that are iconic today, right? Most of the cars that are sought after, right? I mean, Box Novas and Darts and Mustangs, early Mustangs and stuff like that. These are the most sought after cars there are, right? They were cheap. They were junk. They were literally throwaway economy cars of the day, right? So yeah, you could absolutely build something that's cheap and just blow it out the door, and it could still be more than good. There's also no reason that they can't build a lifetime car, right? And I know it's out
But then
of
they would
our.
have to put themselves out of business.
Not necessarily. Not necessarily. They could build a lifetime car. They could build a module car that you could upgrade as you go along. Like this is something I thought about eons ago, right? Actually, I think when I had the idea, I was at the long lead, the Ford long lead press thing in Detroit in 1987 or 1988. I don't remember. It was the year that they introduced the SHO, Taurus. And then we went to the engine development thing, and they were showing us the modular engine. And I was like, why couldn't you have a modular car where you have just the basic car, and then every few years you introduce new, easily replaceable body panels onto it. So you have a superstructure, pick your size, small, medium, or large, and you have a superstructure with a suspension and all the important components that are a lifetime. You buy this thing once, and then you go back to the manufacturer when you want an upgrade, and they slap new quarters on it. You know what I mean? Just boom, boom, simple, easy stuff. Oh, here's your new rear clip. Plug it in. Oh, here's your new front clip. Plug it in. All of these things are completely possible, completely doable, but it'll never happen because corporations, evil and insidious. That's why we should all invest in them.
Bruce Jones says, "Hey UT, did you see my vintage iron? Had a video on Chrysler BRB and A engines, and he took it down."
I did not.
I know.
He did what?
I don't know, but I didn't see it.
Oh.
Todd sent you super chat.
Thank you, Todd.
He says, "Enjoy the XJ RWD versus 4x4 comparison. I'm converting my MJ RWD with an AX15 transfer case and 8.8 limited slip with 373 gears. What about not installing the front axle and have an ultra low gear option for rear wheel drive?"
I know what you're saying. I don't see why not. That would work. It would definitely be a more pleasant vehicle to drive than a full-time four-wheel drive.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Sig sent you super chat.
Thank you.
They think they replace bumpers with airbags. Laugh out loud. Real cars run on gas. Real women can birth babies.
Yes, that's true.
What were you gonna say? What?
Wait, I mean, you get into stuff like that, It's like, why can't they have their own classification? Would anybody mind if they had, you have men's sports, so you have a men's team, the women's team, and the I'm Not Really Sure team. And it could cover everybody.
I don't know. I think they have that. Some places have
Well, no, they piss people off by having these people,
No,
various.
let's not even get into it.
You have a men's team, the women's team, and I'm Not Really Sure team.
Mm-hmm.
And then they could do whatever they want. They could be anything they want at any given time, and they don't piss off anybody else. And you know what? They probably get a pretty big following because it would be an interesting bunch of people.
Okay, Tony, what's your plan if China decides to stop shipping auto parts?
China is going to decide to stop shipping auto parts. There's no question that's going to happen. I don't know when it's going to happen. I think it's already happening to some extent. I set my plan eons ago. I have every part I need to keep my fleet going for forever. Or at least for as long as I'm gonna be around. So yeah, I got no problem with it. Stop sending parts. I can keep all my stuff alive.
Yeah, but what about everybody else?
They're screwed.
See, you can't selfishly just think about yourself.
Everybody is screwed.
And your own vehicles. You have to think about everybody else that's around you.
Okay, so
You don't live on an island.
all right. So at this point, okay. So you guys have been following this channel for 5 years now, right? We're doing this for more than 5 years now. That's crazy. You notice that since the very beginning of this channel, I have had a very unorthodox view of automotive technology. And from the very beginning of this channel, I stressed doing things with simple ignition systems and simple carburetors. And here's how points work, and here's how carburetors work, and here's how this system works, and all this archaic stuff. But what most people don't understand, but mostly because I never made it clear, is because it's not that I'm a technophobe. I know how all of this stuff works. It's just like building cars out of junk. We build cars out of junk. I can build an expensive car if I chose to, but that was never the mission of this channel. From the very beginning, we've focused on simple analog machines, building simple analog machines, maintaining simple analog machines. Because since the beginning of this channel, we've been building to the point that we're at now. You see what I'm saying? So all of these things that we've done was to create a, how can I explain it to you? Like a base of common, repairable, sustainable mechanical knowledge. That's why we've done everything the way we've done it.
Your brother is here.
Yes.
Sandra.
Normal James.
He says I'm late. I tuned in for the dog. Did I miss her? Can you show him, Winnie?
Yeah.
Oh, here's Winnie.
And Maggie.
And Maggie.
Don't forget Maggie.
I'm not.
What's she eating? What are you eating?
I don't know.
I don't know. That's a piece of sock, I think.
Probably. You didn't need that sock anyway, right?
No.
Okay. They're fine. Okay,
So there's been a method to all of my
Bruce
madnesses.
Jones sent you a super chat.
Thank you.
I don't see any message stuff with that.
There's been a method to all of my madness. And I think you're starting to see the pieces of the picture come together. And if things go the way I think that they're going to go, it'll all really become crystal clear. You'll get it. You'll get it. And if not, you know, we just did a lot of interesting tech on archaic stuff.
Joe K says, let's see, hang on. Wait, I lost it. Where'd it go? Okay, Joe K sent you a super chat. He says, what do you think is the newest vehicle that is also the most survivable? Something like the XJ, S10, Crown Vic, the Buick 3800 cars, any others?
The 3800s might be a little, okay, the most survivable cars are going to be the ones that you could swap conventional small block Chevy, more power Ford engines into. You know, 350 Chevy, 302 Ford, 318 Chrysler. Any modern car, any modern platform, and most of them are going to be pickup trucks. Any modern platform that you can transplant a traditional carburetor, regular distributor ignition V8 into is going to be, that's what people are going to want and need going forward. If you're talking about cars that are just leave them alone, it's really hard to beat the XJ. It's really hard to beat the XJ.
Bruce Jones sent you super chat.
Thank you.
I bought a manual choke kit for my Holly 1850 from Summit Racing last November, and I just received it on Friday this week. Oh my goodness. Back order, I guess.
Yeah.
Back order. That's crazy.
Yeah, there's more and more of that. There's more and more of that.
We've ordered stuff from Summit though too that took freaking forever.
Yeah.
Like the set of wheels that we ordered was like 8 months. Like before they came in, it was just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like don't take the money if it's 8 months. Let's see. XJ. What's up, Zero?
Zero, what's happening, brother man?
Winnie is getting big. She is getting very big, Brett McIntyre.
Yes.
She's huge. Let's see. How? Raining Sun 6 says, how much canine nutritional value is there in sucklings?
It's cotton, right? It's got cotton in it, so it's organic. Now she's eating.
No.
Now she's eating a book.
No.
Winnie.
I had that covered. Hang on, I'll be right back. I had it covered with this
Okay.
thing. Yeah, she can't get to it.
No, Winnie.
No, she can't get in there.
When she was about to move, she's trying to move it.
That's-
Winnie, she's too smart. You're too smart.
She needs a good chewy. She has tons of chewies.
Tons of them.
Inside.
Yeah.
She has a lot of toys.
This
Trust
dog
me.
has more toys than most preschools.
I have to go get something for her to learn how to put them away now. Because they're all over. Like, it looks like a toddler lives here.
Oh, she ate me draping.
Doug sent you a super chat. What do you think of a 302 Chevy block is worth?
Oh God, I don't know the value of those things. I couldn't tell you. I know you sent a super chat for an answer, but my answer is I really don't know. I'm not open the value of
Take
those
a
things.
guess.
Oh God, where's DC block? What kind of shape is it? Is it still a standard bore block that can be, you know, a restorable block? I mean, I would say probably north of $2,000. You know, I don't know. I'm not up on that collector end of the market.
Okay. Let's see. Lada's rule.
I wish we had them here.
Do you?
I'm a little jealous of the Garage 54 guys.
Are you taking gold questions?
Sure.
Somebody's asking about the market.
Yeah, what about it?
Do you think oil will be 20? Do you think gold is in a bull market? And do you think oil will be soon? Oh, he's asking about bull markets. This is not financial advice.
Winnie, yeah, a commodity bull.
I get out of there. Get
Okay.
out of there.
Yeah.
No, ma'am.
There's another word. There's another word for a commodity bull market,
No, ma'am.
and it's called inflation. Okay, it's that simple.
Good girl.
And for as long as we have inflation, there's going to be a bull market in commodities. It just means that it's going to take more dollars to buy those commodities. You end up in the green if the percentage of the commodity rises higher than the percentage of inflation. Real inflation is running, the number is, it's some stupid number, but the real inflation that people are feeling is between like 15 and 18%. So it would be a profitable bull market if your commodities were in the 18
This
to
is
20%.
not financial advice, though.
Right.
Tony doesn't know what he's talking about.
No, I have no idea what I'm talking about.
Don't listen to him.
I have no idea what I'm talking about. But here's the thing. When you're talking about monetary metals like gold or silver, they traded as commodities because they have industrial use, production use, industrial use. They're traded independent of their monetary value. So at some point, it reaches a breaking point, and then the monetary value of precious metals, gold, silver, platinum, copper, anything that's used as a traditional monetary metal will break from the commodity status.
In your opinion.
In my opinion.
But this isn't financial
In my
advice.
opinion, right.
You have
So-
no idea what you're talking about.
So basically, right now, commodities, as long as you have inflation, commodidities is the place you're going to be investing. Yeah, commodities is the only
this
place
isn't an
you should.
investment channel.
Okay.
Abel D has a question.
But at some point, there's going to be a break, and the metals are no longer a commodity; they become a monetary vehicle. And at that point,
Abel D says, Tony, we need more propane advice. Please help with your project.
I'm okay. I've been working on it. I've been doing little things on the car in between everything else. Right? I've been doing little things on the car. I've got the propane set up permanently mounted on the engine now. I made a bracket for the regulator. I've got all of that done. I got the motor plates fitted to the block. I have I'm just looking for brackets and spacers to mount the alternator. The water pump is all on there. It's all mocked together. I got to take it apart and put gaskets and whatnot. But I've been doing those little things in between everything else that's going on. I got a lot of stuff going on.
Wayne Ferguson says, Tony, I support having electric cars, but like you, I also question the lack of regulation regarding the use of unstable battery chemistry over stable batteries.
Well, I agree. That's why I say I can't believe they allow lithium-ion batteries out into the world in great numbers. I know and that's one of the arguments that TV people have. It's like, well, get rid of your computer, get rid of your cell phone, have lithium-ion, get rid of your tools, right? Because they all have lithium-ion batteries. It's not that the lithium-ion battery is just this deadly thing waiting to unleash hell on Earth. It's not like that. It's that when you put them in the number, right, the sheer tonnage, the sheer weight of, and the volume of lithium-ion in an electric car, and then send it out into the world, it's a lot different than, oh shit, my cell phone caught fire, and you throw it in the, you know what I mean? Oh, my computer just sparked up, and you knock it on the floor, or whatever it is. It's a whole different animal when when an EV, when 800 pounds, 1,000 pounds of lithium ion goes up, that's a whole different thing. And you're sending it out into the world, just out into the world, right? It's like, go ahead, park it under that apartment building. Park it under that skyscraper. Park it with 800 other cars, 1,000 other cars in a confined space. That's where I have a problem with this stuff. It shouldn't be allowed out into the world. If we had a reasonably thinking government, one that wasn't like corrupt and evil, this would never ever be allowed. It would never be allowed. But welcome to the 21st century.
Martin Wallingford says, I have had a Fiat for 9 years, and the longest drive it has done without breaking down is 80 miles.
Fix it again, Tony.
80 miles. I'm sorry. Tony should just barbecue with propane next Sunday. I'm hungry now. He put a picture of a steak. Ian says, hi Tony, thank you for saving my skin many times.
Well, thank you.
Mike N says, build a gasifier
Gasifier.
car. Dang it. The Europeans used to do it during the gas shortages of World War II.
Yeah, when I'm in the new shop, I may, because I've looked into it. I don't know enough about it to actually have an educated opinion on it yet, but I have looked at it, and we'll be in the new shop in. God, when are we going into the new shop? When are we going into the new shop?
You told me January.
January, yeah, it was the end of January, end of February. Once I'm in the new shop.
End of February. No.
Yeah, end
You
of.
said end of January, end of February.
Oh, all right, no, end of January we'll be in the new shop.
Okay.
Wow, okay, that's gonna come up fast. So,
Yeah, especially with holidays in between. It's
Yeah.
going to be here before you know it.
Yeah, projects and stuff. The mule, the Belvedere, has to drive out of the shop that it's in now. So that's the only major project I'm gonna focus on between now and the time that we move. And then once we're in the new shop and I'm all situated, I want to look into stuff like the gasifier. We have one regular viewer, Thumper, the sweaty fat guy. He makes his own fuels, alcohol fuels. I thought about doing that too.
He just commented. He says gasifiers
Oh,
clog engines, lots of carbon left over, and they are down on power too.
Okay. Well, you're one of the people I wanted to consult about actually brewing some of my own fuel, because I do want to start looking at alternative fuels. I don't think that gasoline is going to go anywhere. We'll have gasoline forever. It won't be cheap, but good quality performance gasoline, widely available, I believe that's going to become a problem. So that's one of the reasons why I'm looking at alternative fuels. That was the thing that made me think about propane, because propane is a good substitute for race gas.
Okay, let's see. Barry Cootie says, I have had 2 border collies. I remember when they were Winnie's age and were a lot of teeth marks on things around the house and general destruction.
She collapsed. She's out.
Yeah.
Her eyes are closed.
Yeah. Okay. Mr. Kelly. Oh, you sleeping? Winnie, you sleeping? Who's my good girl? Okay. She's tired.
Her eyes are bloodshot.
Yeah, she's tired. Well, she's had a long day. Don't sleep too much. We're not getting up at 5 a.m. Winnie's batteries need a recharge, yeah. Let's see. Making fuel is fun and it's high performance stuff, Thumper says.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's going to be where, and again, see, this goes back to the beginning of this channel. The ideologies I've had on this channel, it's like, make the stuff yourself. Try to make your stuff, do with, right? Improvise, think your way through problems and stuff like that instead of just spending money. And as the economy goes on, right? As the world goes on and weird things happen and really bad things happen, I don't want to give up my toys, and I don't think anybody else wants to give up their toys either. So the availability of good fuels, the availability of race parts and stuff like that, it may be very scarce for a very long period of time. And I want to keep having fun, and I'm sure all you people want to keep having fun too. So that's why I'm looking at all of these different things. And that's one of the reasons why I've always stressed trying to use factory parts. Work with factory parts instead of just automatically replacing something with an aftermarket part. Modify the factory part. Learn to work with the factory parts and get the most out of them. Okay, so you guys know Brian Loans. He's the announcer. Okay.
Yeah. Centered.
He's one of the announcers for the NHRA, and I don't know if he still does it or not. He did a site called bangshift.com, and I guess it was about 15 years ago or thereabouts. I did an article with him. He wrote the article, but the topic of it was, quote, post-apocalyptic hot rodding, right? How we after a crash, right? After an economic disaster, a crash, whatever, can things still keep going? And that article that we did together back then has stood in my mind as like a template, a blueprint for I want to do stuff that I'll be able to do no matter what. They could nuke like Seattle and like New York gets invaded by the Portuguese or whatever it happens to be. Yeah. But while all that stuff is going on, I want to go burn rubber. I don't ever want to be separated from my ability to have fun with cars and motorcycles.
Justin Billington says, Tony, have you heard of biobutanol?
I have not.
No.
Biobutanol.
There are a couple super chats here. Doug Ronoff. So you were in New York. How bad was the mafia there? I don't know. Ask Rudy Giuliani. He took care of that. I don't know.
It wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
Okay.
It wasn't.
Here's another super chat.
That's so
Yeah.
silly. There's too many freaking movies.
Sig said they weren't worried. He sent you super chat. He says they weren't worried about the environment when they blew up the Nord Stream pipeline and sent up 500,000 tons of methane. That's a lot of cow farts.
No, they didn't care. They didn't care.
Oh, let's see. Tires could become a problem, Stray Bullet says.
There's a lot of them out there. There's a lot of them out there. I don't think tires would be that big of a problem.
No.
New tires would be a problem.
Right.
Right.
New tires.
New tires are a problem. But I think that there's enough legacy rubber out there to keep, this the small percentage of us that will still be screwing around with this stuff, to keep us busy for decades to come.
Let's see. Tavo says I want an old mechanical pump diesel so I can run it on used chip oil.
Yep.
Brett McIntyre, my grandpa wanted a methane port under his seat for better mileage, but I poo-pooed his idea. Laugh out loud. Very funny. Thumper says, I've heard of butanol, incredibly toxic. Don't get it on you. Takes 100 gallons of water to make 1 gallon, and it's toxic waste that needs treated. Lower mileage, but otherwise is a drop in for gas.
Interesting.
You're not making that, bringing it in the house.
No, I probably won't.
Okay.
I probably won't.
Wood wheels with metal tires. Let's see. Oh, sorry. Okay. I fell asleep this afternoon, and dog was out in the rain. 3 hours later, she is still pissed off at me. Sorry, Chris. Aw. Poor baby.
They do hold grudges.
Yeah.
They do hold grudges. I know, like, when they get mad at me, they stay mad at me for like a day.
Poppy used to get mad all the time.
Poppy would get mad.
Yeah. What does Zeros have to say? He says, billions of dollars spent searching for methane in space. Find planet with methane equals life. So billions spent searching for farts. Let's see.
Why can't they just
Okay,
put
this is
collection
your
devices
welcome.
on the cows?
What?
Why can't they just put a collection device on the back of every cow?
Please. Don't question anything that they do. Joel Lance says, with the end of Vermont out-of-state titles, what do we do now? I heard West Virginia is going to start doing them. Not sure if it will work the same.
Vermont still does it. They just added another piece of paper that needs to be signed because there were a lot of people running stolen cars. Surprisingly enough, there were a lot of dishonest people taking advantage of it. Vermont still does it. There's just another step to the verification of it. So it's
dishonest people.
Yes.
What are you talking about?
The Vermont loophole is not closed. It's just tightened up a little bit, which is a good thing.
You're really savoring the Coke. Are you drinking your soda, Tony?
I take a little sips out of it.
Yeah, that's good. Why do you keep moving over that way? Like, move over this way.
I think it's the pole shifting.
Is that,
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
It's the poles reversing, yeah.
Oh, two things I'm looking forward to in UTG land: the video of the mystery vehicle and the EV Live showcase.
None of them are going to take me up on it. None of them are going to take me up on it. I know that they've seen it because how do you be in that business and not see it? Yeah, no emails yet.
But a lot of you are sending emails about stories and stuff like that.
Yeah, don't do that. Yeah, don't send me emails about stories. I have all the stories. I can, yeah.
Dr. Art says, geez, Winnie got huge. She's very big.
She grows by the hour. I mean,
She's
it's
a
like,
big
it's
girl.
no joke. It's no joke. Now it's her nose and her tail. Like she grew up, right? And now, like, I think her height is about maxed out. But like every hour, her nose gets longer.
Out, Tony. She's only 16 weeks old. She's gonna be growing for a long time.
No. What I mean is, like, so she was growing up and up and up, and her face and her tail was staying the same. Now her height is kind of stable, and her nose and her tail are getting longer every day.
She can't work on everything all at once.
Right.
I guess. Let's see. KW says, can you tell us the story behind the Chevy 409 engine? What's different about it than the 396?
The 409 started out as a 348, and it was a truck motor. Originally designed as a truck motor. The difference between a big block Chevy and a W, so okay, the 348 and the 409 are called W motors. The difference between the big block, the rat. The difference between a W motor and a rat is where the combustion chamber is. So a W motor, a 348, 409, has a completely, you take the head off, and it has a flat combustion chamber, right? So in other words, like the valves aren't set into the head. The combustion chamber is actually in the pistons. It's an odd setup. It's not a bad setup, but compared to the conventional that we're used to, it's kind of weird. But that's the main difference. And of course, you know how a big block Chevy is.
Okay. Let's see. Dada says, hi everyone, best time of the week for me. Girls are sleeping, hot bath is filling, and I'm listening to my favorite soap. Cars, cows, UFOs, etc. Absolutely no give it topics. Give it.
We try not to talk about the give it. Because I know
we did though already.
They're eventually going to try to come and please. I did not kill myself.
Oh my goodness! Don't even say stupid stuff like that. Okay. Hang on. Loud Pipe saves lives. Sent you a super chat.
Thank you.
I fix appliances for a living, and over the past 10 years, I've seen many $3,000 refrigerators have a non-repairable failure at the 2-year mark, while 30-plus-year-old analog ones are still running fine.
Yep.
Those bastards.
Yep.
It's horrible. It's horrible.
Those are investments you want to make. Oh, what did I see? Yesterday. Last night. What did I see? I said, I got to mention this on the chat. The live. You were sitting there with me.
I was?
Yeah, it was a video. And I said, watch this.
A video?
Yes.
It was about, when was this, last night?
Last night.
Is that the one you called me in from the kitchen? No, that was a different one.
I don't remember. Okay.
You were looking at the Times Square video?
No. So it was a channel having to do with, it was a prepper type of channel but not really a
Oh,
prepper.
he was talking about telling people to go buy old cars.
Yeah. So this was a mainstream channel, okay? Not a car guy, like even a little bit, and not really a prepper guy, or more of a homesteading kind of guy, right? Not like not one of these like off the grid people, just a homestead type of channel. And he was talking about things that, where he's putting his money, where he's investing in. So obviously precious metals and certain things for the homestead. But then he got into he was saying, and classic cars. He says classic cars are where you should. He was telling people where they should put their money, where they should look to invest. And he says classic cars. He says stuff that's repairable. And he went and he said, I just bought a car that's as old as or a truck. I just bought a truck that's as old as I am. He says, and the newest thing I own is as old as my my oldest kid. So I guess teenager, 20 years old, whatever it is. And he went on to explain that, for his farm, because he wants to keep going and doesn't want the hassle, he's looking for old farm equipment. He's looking for old tractors and stuff like that. Anything that's not computerized.
But isn't there a big problem with the farm equipment?
New farm equipment is ludicrous. Is ludicrous.
Is it John Deere that's making everything that you can't fix it?
Yeah. So the short story is what you just said about the refrigerators. It's the same exact thing. Things that are survivable are going to go up in value like you cannot believe. You talk about precious metals, gold, silver, that's all great. But from a practical standpoint, going to yard sales, garage sales, estate sales, and finding 30-year-old refrigerators, 40-year-old refrigerators, finding things that are survivable like that. Those are good investments. The wealthy people always want to have stuff that lasts, right? They want to have the quality, right? In the last few years, it hasn't really been like that. They've gone for the flash, but traditionally, going back forever, wealthy people want things of lasting quality. Okay, they go for art, they go for antique furniture, they go for classic things, they go for now, pre-computer cars, pre-computer appliances, pre-computer farm equipment, pre-computer musical instruments, pre-computer, name it. That's where the wealthy are going. Those are the investments you want to make. That's where you want to put your money.
My neighbor's cat used to collect underwear from clotheslines.
Nice.
Good.
That's important.
Is that embrace the avocado green refrigerator? They were built for the ages. We had one when we were married, just married.
You could paint the damn thing any color you want. You could replace any part of it that you have to. Keep it going forever. I mean.
Well, we just replaced our microwave, and it did last for 20 years.
It did last for 20 years, yeah.
So we really can't complain about that. Tony did it.
I did it. I changed my own. So far, I changed the dishwasher.
Yeah, you did.
I changed
the garbage disposal.
And now I changed the microwave. I'm becoming Bob Vila.
You did a good job.
Yeah.
I'm very impressed.
Yeah, I don't do house things.
Tony hates to do house things.
Yeah.
He thinks everything is impossible.
It is.
Moving furniture, that's impossible.
It is impossible.
Okay, Liquid Gold wants to know, what's the worst pizza you ever had? I know. But you like it. I think it's disgusting.
Cece's?
Yes, Cece's is disgusting.
Not all of it, right?
Oh, it's gross. The whole place stinks. You walk in and it stinks to high heaven. Sorry, Cece eaters.
Cece's has, I had to make it special for me anytime I went in there, right? Cece's, as disgusting and just disgusting place as it is, right, has one of the tastiest Alfredo sauces on earth.
Yeah, I'm glad they closed down though.
They did close down.
Yeah, it's a good thing.
They had one of the tastiest Alfredo sauces on earth. Yeah. So I used to have them make me an Alfredo pie, just cheese Alfredo sauce with bacon and.
But that's not the worst pizza you ever had. That's the worst pizza
It was one
I
of the
had.
best pizzas I ever
Okay, so
had.
what's the worst pizza you've had?
Worst pizza I ever had?
Hmm.
Anything that has part skim cheese.
Hmm.
You know, it's hard to screw up a pizza, okay? It's hard to screw up a crust. It's hard to screw up a sauce, right? The cheese is what makes or breaks a pizza. So if it's not whole milk mozzarella, I don't want to deal with it. Skim or part skim, I can't eat it. I'll take one bite and I throw it. There's a pizzeria around the block from us.
They changed the cheese.
They changed it, yeah. And it's such a nice family, right? You go in there,
Mm-hmm.
it's got a nice
Yeah,
atmosphere.
it's family run.
It's New York, you know, New York style pizza. They use New York style everything, right? It's indistinguishable, more or less, from a New York style
The
pizza,
crust is a little floppy.
with the exception of the fact that they used a part skim cheese, and I can't eat it. I just couldn't friggin' eat it. But now they've changed it. Now they're using whole milk, and it's like it's good to go.
Fox Buddy 5.0 Raven Black. Fox Buddy 5.0 Raven Black. This is his name twice.
Nice.
Hello, Tony. What do you think about hydrogen cars or magneto cars?
Well, two completely different things. The problem with hydrogen is burn duration. Hydrogen expends its energy fast, okay? So because it expends its energy so fast, you don't get many degrees duration of burn. So let's say you light on a gasoline engine, I'm just going to use round numbers, okay? Let's say 3,000 RPM. You're going to light the ignition at 30 degrees before top dead center, and you'll get your combustion peak pressure just after top dead center. So you'll get it from between, let's say, 10 and 20 degrees past top dead center. It's going to be your peak. And then there's going to be a follow through to about 45, 50 degrees top dead center, where the gases are expanding faster than the piston is going to push down. So the longer that duration of burn, the more power you make. So now you take, and that's why gasoline works so well as a fuel. So you take the extreme of that would be like nitromethane. Nitromethane burns extremely slow. It's like burns at the same rate as like kerosene. It just releases its own oxygen. So the nitromethane makes power because the duration of burn is so long. When you take hydrogen, hydrogen releases its energy in a flash. Hydrogen releases tremendous amount of energy, but it does it really quickly. So now, let's say you try to light it. So instead of gasoline at 30 degrees before top dead center, hydrogen, you know it's a quick burn, so you light it at 5 degrees before top dead center. By 5 degrees after top dead center, it's done. So what's happening is you're taking like a 30 degree maximum pressure pulse, and you're squeezing it down to like a 5 or a 10 degree maximum pressure pulse. That's the problem with hydrogen. Hard to make power with hydrogen.
Okay. Let's see. Tony, do you know anything about the Smith jiggler head for a V860?
No, I don't. Smith jiggler head. Clay Smith, like the can people, do they make that? I'm drawing a blank. Maybe someplace in the back of my head there's something there.
Let's see. They're talking to each other. Delicio's pizza are fine even if it's freeze food kind. What was the frozen pizza that you bought that was just disgusting?
Oh God, what was that?
Elio's? Was it Elio's?
Well, okay, so Elio's is so bad that it's good.
Oh no, it's horrible.
Okay.
it's like lunchroom pizza from
Yeah.
the 70s.
Yeah. So
we saw it in the supermarket. We were like, I lived on that for a little while when I was a teenager. We should buy it. And they were like, oh, this is gross.
So there's a curve, okay? So there's the middle is like average, okay? And you want to go to the good side of the curve, like where excellent and perfect and all of your optimum on one side of the curve. That's where you want to be. But sometimes it's good to go to the other side of the curve and just dive into the disgust. And so there are certain frozen pizzas.
That's never good.
Well, that's where it's so bad.
Totino's.
It's
really
so
bad.
Totino's, right? It's so bad. It's so horrible. It's so inedible that it's actually good.
You see, John M says, I ate Elio's as a teen, now it's gross. I think as a teenager, it wasn't that bad.
Yeah,
They
everything is
changed it.
bad today.
Like
Everything's good tonight.
it was pretty edible.
It's like the Toll House chocolate chip cookies.
Yeah.
They're not the same. They're not the same. It has a completely different taste to it, different texture. It's like no. I wish I had a time machine to go back and buy like common fast foods from like the
Everything
70s
has
or the
changed.
80s.
Yeah, KFC's changed. We had it recently, and we haven't had it in a really long time.
Yeah.
And I was like, this isn't that good.
Yeah, it's all bad. Like I remember Burger King always had a good burger, right? It was like, okay, gotta grab something quick. Run into Burger King, get a couple of burgers, right? It was good. I never noticed anything bad about them. But maybe 5-6 years ago, I'd do that. It's like, okay, I'm running late. Let me go grab a couple of burgers, and you're left with this aftertaste. It's like you ate a chemical
smells
plant.
like chemicals.
It smells like chemicals. It tastes like chemicals.
And you notice it more when you don't eat it for a period of time, and then you go back and you eat it, and you're like, oh my goodness, how did I ever eat this? This is really, really bad.
Their chicken sandwiches were always good. Not anymore.
No.
It's like everything changed in the fast food world. Everything changed. Everything has this really chemically, really just. It leaves this. You taste it for hours
But
after you
still,
eat it
we don't eat fast food really.
because it became bad.
Right, I understand, but like we stopped like years and years ago. Like we really stopped eating fast food.
Yeah.
But every once in a while, like if we're on the road and we have to grab something,
Right.
sometimes we'll get it something and we're like, oh my god, like this is like the worst. People should not eat this.
And the cost of the stuff is through the freaking roof.
Yeah.
I went and got my kids. I went to Sonic. I went and got my grandkids. A couple of the kid meals, right? Kids meals. It was like $20 for 2 kids meals.
Yeah.
Now, if you go there and you're just say, okay, there's 2 kids meals, and give me this breakfast and give her that breakfast, whatever it happens to be, you're going to spend her $40 or $50. It's Sonic. It's all like that now.
Yeah.
It's terrible. I don't know how they stay in business. I don't think they're going to hold stay in business
food,
very
I
much longer.
think.
No, it's not really food.
They just give you cardboard.
You know, it was really bad.
No.
You remember I got that? I was driving past Checkers and they had the 10 burgers for $10.
Disgusting.
Oh god, that was bad.
I don't think they're burgers.
I don't know what that was. I don't know what that was. This recently. It's like maybe 2 months ago, 3 months ago. We have a Checkers over on Broad Street,
Yeah,
and I was coming past, and on the marquee it said 10 burgers for $10, and I'm like, I mean, if it sucks, what's $10? I just give them to the dogs or whatever.
Don't feed the dogs that.
No, I wouldn't give it to the dogs. It's just horrible, horrible.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Cook at home. It's cheaper
Yeah.
and better, tastier. Let's see. We'll pay you $10 to take 10 burgers. Is White Castle still good? Where did you go? Actually,
Crystals.
Is that still good?
No.
No.
I won't go there anymore because they won't take cash.
Yeah,
They
they
will
won't
not give
take
them their
cash.
business. No.
Oh,
I usually pay with the card, but the very fact that they don't take cash anymore, I won't patronize them.
Do you have a Five Guys? Yeah, we do.
Five Guys was the most ridiculous thing.
Tony, where's your
Five Guys was the most ridiculous thing. We went in there. What did I get? A burger and fries. You got like a burger
I
and
got a
fries.
burger. No, I shared your fries.
It was like $150.
Yeah.
Look, when it comes to food, I'm not cheap, right? I splurge. I have no problem spending, good money, for a meal. But I felt like I was being
Well, you're being
grossly
robbed.
taken advantage of. I was being robbed there, right? Some things I don't believe you should cheap out on.
No.
You should never cheap out on your food.
No. Food is important.
Right, but you should also never allow yourself to be robbed.
No. That's why you should cook for yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. I only really kind of get a little annoyed when, like, we go out and there's like a spaghetti thing or pasta
It's
thing.
$18.
Yeah, and it's $18. It's kind of like, come on, guys. I know how much it costs to make pasta. Let's see. Is that a model of Bottle Rocket behind you?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
What's a great bargain is Texas Roadhouse. I don't know if you guys have one around. I got burned out on all of these places, like the what do they call it, fast casual.
I guess that's right.
Right. Every one that I ever been to was just a freaking disappointment, and especially things that call themselves steakhouses. I avoided. They put a Texas Roadhouse in here. I guess it was about 3 years ago now, and I avoided it. I just don't want to deal with this. It's going to be shit. I'm going to be pissed. I'm going to eat.
Yeah,
I'm
my
going to
son
be
would
pissed
go
off.
there and he would be like, "Oh, you should go to the Texas Roadhouse," and he's like, "I'm not going."
Right, and I'd be like, "No, you're retarded. I'm not going
Right,
to eat
where
there.
would
You
you go
like it.
there?"
You're retarded, right?" So finally, I gave it. He wanted to go there for his
It's
birthday.
his birthday, yeah.
Right, so you want to go to Texas Roadhouse? Fine, we'll go to
Fine.
Texas Roadhouse.
It's like, okay, fine.
We go twice a week now.
No, once a week.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, okay.
once.
Well, we ate it today.
Yeah, once a week. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's pretty cheap.
It's cheap, it's delicious,
Yeah.
everything is good about it. Except for the dancing.
You
It's
realize
weird.
You can't sing
I-
loud music.
Let me tell you something, okay? The food is great. The
Uh-huh.
prices are ridiculously low. Like, I
Yeah,
don't know how they
it's
do this,
cheap.
okay? The service is great. But every, like, 10 minutes or 15 minutes, they turn up the music and they play the Texas Roadhouse jingle. And they make the waitresses dance in the hallway. And I'm like, yeah, stop. Just stop that.
They said they use glued together meat, Texas Roadhouse.
You
Is it
could have
glued
fooled me. I had the
together?
smothered chicken today. That was
It's
that was
chicken.
the portobello chicken. And that was real chicken.
Try a Vegemite and lettuce sandwich.
I've heard bad things about Vegemite.
Texas Roadhouse used to be good, like most chains, believe it or not, but it sucks now. Maybe your Texas Roadhouse is good, but ours is okay.
Yeah.
Ours is alright. We'll tell you if it goes downhill.
If it goes downhill, I'll be the first to tell you. But yeah, I was pleasantly surprised. We go back often.
Vegemite not. Funny. You reminded me, don't get ice on an airplane. Let's see. Thank you for the upload. I watch you regularly for a few years now, CW says.
Thank you. I appreciate your patronage.
Yeah. It's nice that people watch videos.
I'm never lost.
Like, they take time out of their day and they're like, I'm going to watch this video.
Yep.
And it's
I'm
pretty amazing.
I'm always grateful for that. And that's why I make sure, you know what I mean? We're gonna do a video, okay? This is gonna be a video, right? It's gonna be like if you click on that thing and there's gonna be content, not commercials, not filler, not
Well, we have commercials from YouTube.
oh yeah.
We don't do
Obviously, no,
commercials.
but we don't do endorsements, I'm gonna buy this lighter,
This
right?
lighter,
Right,
it's
yeah,
blue.
right.
It's the best lighter.
Right, we get
you
those
can
offers
find.
all the time. We stopped even looking at them, right?
Yeah, I don't open them in the email.
Yeah, as soon as you get over as soon as you get like 100,000 subscribers or so, they just they want you to endorse everything under the friggin' sun, and we have not done a single one. We never will do a single one. But yeah, I'm grateful for the views. I'm grateful that you guys take the time and watch what we have to say, and so I make sure that there's no filler. You will never ever see the the fast forward stuff. You know what I mean? It was like mount the GoPro and then like fast forward through putting a cylinder head on, right? It's like 8 minutes of filler. No, I would never insult my viewers like that.
Joe K says, well, you did Mary's man cream.
Yeah, well, we do some silly shit every once in a while.
It's April Fool's Day.
Yeah, it was April Fool's.
Would you endorse something you truly use?
No.
Well, you do. You do it for free without being paid.
Right. Okay. Yes.
Like every time you use something that you like, you say, oh, I like this. This is good. And nobody pays you to do that.
Right. So it's like if I drink Coca-Cola, I will, there's a label. I drink it. This is Mexican Coke. It has real sugar in it. I tell you because I enjoy it and it's really good. But if Coca-Cola said, hey, keep doing that and we'll give you money for it, no. I don't want much money.
Put the Coke away.
But if you put the Coke away, I'll drink something else.
Right.
Because I would not subject my viewers to that.
You want to stop doing something, try and pay him.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Ed Bed says, I'm still indebted to you for the brake drag overheating episode.
I don't even remember what that is, but
Brake drag overheating.
do you know how many videos we've done?
Almost 1,000.
Yeah, I don't remember that one. No, we've done way over 1,000. We just took a bunch of them down.
No, we didn't recently.
No, we haven't taken
a
anything
long
down in a
time
couple of
ago,
years. Yeah.
The official lighter of UTG. Yeah. Hey.
No lie, no exaggeration. I could put an easy 100 grand extra in my pocket every year just by taking the offers as they come.
Take that Coke sponsorship, Tony. We wouldn't mind. No.
No.
They wouldn't give you a sponsorship anyway.
Won't do it. Won't do it. Won't do it.
Let's see.
But if I use something, yes. If I find there's value in something, I tell you.
Yeah.
And if I use something that's shit, I tell you that too.
Yeah. Well, see, you were able to do that because nobody's giving you money. either
Exactly.
way.
Exactly.
If anybody gave you money for anything, all of a sudden you would be censored in some way.
Hmm.
You wouldn't be able to say, "Oh, I think this is garbage."
Yeah, I don't
Or it
take.
didn't do what it was supposed to do.
I don't take free parts from manufacturers. I pay for stuff.
Pay for every
I
part.
I pay for every part. And the stuff is available to me for free. It's like, oh, here, well, take it, you know. And no, I won't do that. I pay for it. I'll take a discount, give it to me as jobber. You know what I mean? That's no problem. But I am going to pay for this part.
No, Coke does not pay Tony.
Nobody pays me.
No.
We take no endorsements. I figure that you guys have to sit through the commercials that YouTube puts there, which is how we get paid.
Yeah.
I'm not going to add to that and make you sit through more commercials.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's just not going to happen.
People do this commercial. It takes a long time. Sometimes I'll put on a video that's a tutorial, and I'll be like, "Are you freaking serious?
I
I'm
know.
trying to learn how to do something." I don't
8-minute
give a crap
video,
about
3
that.
minutes of it is them promoting whatever it is that they're trying to sell.
Yeah.
Yeah, I won't do that.
I don't know. Maybe some people like it.
We get. I'm telling. I'm being completely honest with you. We give up probably. I'm going to say over 100 grand a year.
Oh, for endorsements.
For endorsements.
Who knows?
Right?
I don't know. We just don't do it.
We give up over 100
Or
grand
I
a
guess
year.
the other YouTube channels that do endorsements, how much they make on them. I don't know.
They're making bank.
They make a good amount. I'm
They're
sure.
making bank.
Tavo says I don't get paid. You get paid, Tavo?
Do more videos.
I don't know. Have to hide the Coke label. No, because now Tony can talk about whether it's good or bad.
Right, I don't get paid for it. I
Right.
love this stuff. The,
You can say
the
what you
Mexican
want to
Coke,
say.
not real Coke, regular Coke, Mexican
Regular
Coke.
Coke sucks.
Regular Coke is undrinkable.
See?
The Mexican stuff is delicious.
You
It's
can
the taste
say
of.
that because nobody's paying you.
It tastes like the 70s.
Yeah. Let's see. The gig economy can be bank. Yeah.
Yeah, it can.
I probably want to say that I get at least 5 emails a day just asking for sponsorships.
Hmm.
Wanting to do sponsorships.
We don't even look at them. We don't
No,
even look
I
at
don't
them.
open them. And they'll repeatedly send it
Yeah.
over and over and over again. I'm like, no.
Yeah. I personally lose respect when I see that. Now it's different. There's a difference. If you do a channel, okay, and you don't do AdSense, meaning that YouTube isn't gonna put video commercials on your video. So you click on a video, there's no commercials, no nothing, and you go. That's
And
different.
you say sponsored by.
Right.
It's brought to you by.
Brought to you by, then that's different,
That's
and
fine.
that's fine. I respect that because that's look. None of us does this as a hobby. Well, I'm saying none of us. When you do this for a living, you have to make money. It's that simple. This is what pays the bills. So, somebody who forgoes AdSense, not having YouTube run ads, but accepts a sponsor and does a spot for the sponsor. Well, that's fine. That's completely different. But when you're taking AdSense money for the ads that YouTube puts in there, and then you're putting your own commercials in there, I lose all respect for you. And, it's just the way it is. I feel at that point you're taking advantage of your viewers.
Some viewers
You're
don't
milking
care.
your viewers.
Milking, yeah, for
Yes.
sure. That's just our opinion.
I don't want to milk my viewers. I want to leave my viewers with more than they came with.
Right. Yeah. What about a t-shirt ad? That's different.
That's different too. And we don't really do ads. We'll just show, here's the newest t-shirt.
Right. Or we come up with something funny.
Right.
Which is entertaining.
Right.
So. Let's see. Pepsi is better with pizza. Coke is to go with a burger.
I'm a Pepsi guy. I always preferred Pepsi, but I can't find Mexican Pepsi. I don't think they have Mexican Pepsi.
John M says, I don't get your ads on the vids and lives. No? No ads? Mm.
Well, he probably has an ad blocker, but we get paid
Yeah.
with that also.
No,
YouTube
not
has,
all the time. No, if they pay for the YouTube Premium,
yeah.
then we get paid for that. But if people get a different kind of ad blocker, we don't get paid.
Right.
So there's lots of people that do that watch the videos that don't pay us.
I'm not sure exactly how that works. I think we still do because YouTube counts it as a view. So in other words, like, they don't know that an individual person is running an ad blocker. They sell the ads it's actually an auction. They put the videos up as a package. So it'd be us and let's say I don't know, all different types of videos. They'll wrap them together in a package, and it's generally based on demographics. And then they'll offer that demographics, that package of videos to the advertisers as a bundle, a package. Then the advertisers bid on the package. The high bidder gets the ad space on those videos. But I do not think that the individual, so if you've got an ad blocker, I don't think that registers as far as YouTube or the advertisers go. So it doesn't make any difference to me.
Loud Pipe Saves Lives 69 cents you super chat. Says, when cars have metal bumpers, a 1 mile per hour hit was something you shrugged off. Nowadays, it's a $2,000 plastic bumper cover replacement job.
We were just talking about that, and I don't know how they allow that. All of the new cars have their grills. There's no bumper, there's zero protection, there's nothing, and the grills just jut out in front of the car. I don't know how they get away with that.
I don't know. And $3,000 headlights. Is that how much the headlights are?
Yeah.
Are they really?
Yep.
No. Who would buy a car with $3,000 headlights? No, for real. Like, what car has $3,000 headlights?
Your higher end cars. Your Mercedeses and they're freaking expensive. The average car, a headlight for an average car is like $300.
That's stupid. I'm sorry.
I agree.
BMW, right?
Yeah, BMW.
Let's see. Stupid new headlights give me welder's flash. Wasn't there a truck behind us while you were driving and you were complaining?
Yep. More stuff that shouldn't be allowed, but there it is.
I'd feel like a real punk if I broke just one headlight. Let's see. Brett McIntyre says insurance premiums are going crazy, especially on EV. In fact, some won't insure them because you can burn your house down.
Yep. Yeah, the insurance companies ain't dumb.
So who sells EVs locally near us? Anybody? Anybody?
Every dealer.
No, but I mean, like, is there like a Tesla? Does Tesla have a dealership?
They don't have dealerships per se. They have one just went up. One just went up. The whole lot of cars went. They have facilities, pre-delivery facilities, like where they'll ship the cars from the factory to be distributed in a certain area. And one of them just
So you
went
buy
up.
Tesla direct?
Yeah.
Okay. And what about the Rivian? Do they have dealerships?
I think they do. I don't know.
Storefronts. Stray Bullet says they have storefronts. Let's see. Hey Tony, elaborate a bit on your video a month ago about the important dates from the 1840s to the 1980s.
I can't.
He can't.
I said as much as I could without tripping words. Without saying things that I shouldn't say, that show up in a manuscript. I could talk about it. I could talk about it here and now. The problem with that is that immediately after this live, I would have to delete it. And I don't want to do that because I have a lot of people that the next day or the day after, they'll tune into the lives and they'll watch it then. And I don't want to, have to pull a live because of things that I said. So I just leave it at that.
DK probably says, Kathy and Tony, I might be getting an Australian Shepherd tonight. I seen a dog tied out in a chain. It was stuck, so I got a hold of the person because it's going to be a cold night in Ohio. Found out the dog is old. Well, how old? How old is old? I mean, they live a long time.
Well, no, but that's a good thing that you're going to do. Absolutely.
Just go grab them. They don't want them. Let's see. Hi, Tony. Great points on the e-car fire risks. Drew's Car Care says.
Thank you. Let's get some. Let's see how it's going, Helen.
Are you? Don't put that on.
No, but wanna.
Because you can.
I want to see how we're doing with that.
Okay. He's putting it on.
Oh look, there we are. There's me and Winnie.
Yeah.
Okay, it's doing good.
These are my books that I put my iPad on. It's doing good? Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes, you can't leave the old dog out in the cold. No. That's
No,
a really bad thing
go
to
get
do.
the dog.
They shouldn't be chained up anyway. Propagating plants. Yes. I like to garden. No, it's not a propaganda book. Propagating plants. See? Propagating plants. Vegetable gardener. Seed to seed. Oh, slow cooking. That's what the cooker. It's a vegetable. Yeah.
Look at the way she's sleeping.
Oh, let's see. So she made a mess on the floor. So
She
just
looks like she's
ignore.
broken.
Yeah, the dog is broken.
She can't be comfortable laying like that.
Yeah, they lay like that. Okay.
Her head is facing the wrong way from the curve. of
The
her body.
propaganda plans. No, propagating plans. Oh my goodness. Oh, she's in her teens in human years? Wait, what? Hang
No,
on,
she's not in her
missed that.
teens yet. She's still pre-adolescent.
Yeah, she's a child.
Yeah.
Oh, the dog is in her teens in human years, and when me and my dog go by for a walk, it almost breaks my heart. You can tell it wants to get out of where it's at and off that chain. So take it.
Go
get it.
Go get that dog.
I mean, don't steal it, but
Yeah, but if you can give it a home,
yeah.
go get it.
Tony, I can't see you. Hang on. All right, now I can see you. Let's see. Ellie and Doggy, yeah, she's funny. Who broke the puppy? Yeah, she sleeps so crazy. No, not propaganda plants. Propagating. It means
Go get off this live right
growing
now.
a plant from another plant.
Now I'm thinking about this poor dog. Go get off this live right now and go get that dog. And just
Yeah, just go do it.
yeah. If it costs you anything to go rescue that dog, okay, you let me know and we will pay for it.
I guess what I mean is she's really old in dog years.
Yeah. Go rescue that dog. If it costs
Yeah,
you
it doesn't
anything,
matter. I
let
mean,
me
we
know.
adopted old dogs
I will pay
too.
for it.
Yeah, just go get it. We adopted Poppy when she was 8 and she lived to 16.
Yeah.
And those dogs, they live a long time. Let's see. Hi Tony, started watching your channel, watching your vids, hang on, pretty recently because I hate my job as a Ford tech and your vids about the industry really resonate.
I'm sorry you have that job, brother man. I'm so sorry.
You had that job for a few weeks.
Chrysler. I worked for
Yeah,
Chrysler for a
Chrysler.
few weeks.
Yep. And you were a young lad.
Yeah, I've never had a job for more than a month or two. Actually, it was a Chrysler job. I worked for Chrysler for 2 weeks as a mechanic. This is in like 1984. No, 1984. I worked for a Chrysler dealer for 2 weeks as a mechanic. I quit, and then I started doing magazines.
Yeah.
Right after that.
Yeah. See, Danny Boyd says, Dennis Collins had Mike Joy on his video Friday, and Mike Joy said that Steve Magnanti is doing better and it looks promising.
Yes, I know. I talked to Steve's sister-in-law 4 days ago, and yes, he's He's not way not out of the woods, but he's made extreme progress. He's doing better than anybody had expected him to. So, she'll let me know when I can release more detailed information.
Why did you quit from your job?
I can't work for anybody. It's that simple. I can't work for anybody. I never could. I never will. I don't play well with others.
Oh, gee. I'm sure no one has noticed. Let's see. Antidote to Chrysler Tech being one. Okay, do you know your way around the Dodge Aries? Laugh out loud.
Hell yeah, I do. I'll top that. I actually owned a Plymouth Caravelle.
Nice. UTG love from Alaska, brother. Love the EV video, Kevin says.
Thank you, Kevin.
Mike N says, and nobody can work for you.
No. Well, no. I've had people work for me for periods of time. For years at a
Like
time.
helpers.
Yeah, helpers.
Yeah.
I've had people work for me, but I cannot. Me and a job do not get along. I could never work a job. I'm not saying working a job is a bad thing if it works for you, but I can't. Never could. Never will.
Yeah. I mean, some people are like that. I'm like that. Let's see. Conrad Francis. I'm doing the head gasket on my 350 Chevy. I wiped the deck with brake clean on a blue shop towel, and I see a lot of fibers stuck to the deck surface and in the valley. Is there a way to get those off?
Ooh, do it. Whatever you got to do. Yeah, flush it down with gasoline, brake clean, anything you can do. Get rid of all of that stuff, because I lost an engine. I did a video on that. I lost an engine. Long time ago. But I lost an engine just exactly that. It was the lint from red rags. And it all gathered up in the strainer and it needed a sweater in the strainer. You don't realize how insidious those red fibers are. You don't, unless you're scrutinizing, and especially when you get a little bit older and your eyesight isn't quite as sharp, you don't really see them. But when you take an engine and you wipe the whole thing down with those lint rags, you can't believe how many of those fibers end up in the motor, and they all end up in the oil pan, and they all end up in the strainer.
Kills the motor.
Kills the motor.
Red rags are oily too. Yeah, get that out. Good thing you saw it.
Yeah.
Made an ugly Christmas sweater in the oil pan.
Yeah.
What is static timing?
The static timing is you've got mechanical and centrifugal advance. The static timing is what you're going to set at idle, or even with the engine off, for that matter. You can set ignition timing with the engine off. That would be static timing.
Isn't the lithium phosphate cell superior to the older lithium cobalt manganese chemistry?
I have no idea.
No, you don't know. Kent Hotch says, increasing exhaust flow, headers, etc. Do you recommend increasing jet size in carb?
Yes. Yeah, nearly always. Nearly always. But I can't tell you how much. Run them, you can put an air fuel meter on the car, but you could just run the plugs, just a plug read, use the same plugs that you had before you put the exhaust on it, make a couple of full throttle runs, and do a plug read, and see where you have to go with the jetting from there, and increase it 2 numbers at a time. So you got 66s, it looks lean, goes 68s. It looks lean, goes 70s. You go until you get that tan color.
CW says, I can't work for anyone either. I've been in business for myself for 10 years now. I love people, but people suck. They can. They can.
My problem is the ADD/autism, where if I don't have a specific mission that my own mind deems to be important, I can't do the function. You see what I'm saying? Like, if I work for you and you tell me paint the door, I can't paint the door because painting the door is not important to me. And the money that you're going to pay me doesn't mean enough to me for me to paint the door. So I won't paint the door. Or I'll find a way to, I won't do the job well because I'm not dedicated to doing it. But if I find that it's important to paint the door for my own internal reasons, well then I'll paint that door like nobody's ever painted a door before.
While we were chatting, can you paint the door?
I could probably paint the door. No, I couldn't paint the door. I leave Kathy to paint the doors.
Oh gosh, I paint everything.
But she paints everything. You painted the door yesterday, didn't you?
Yeah, I painted the
Yeah.
back door. Yeah, I did.
See?
It needed to be freshened up. Tony, paint the door or it will rust. Wait, Tony is autistic. What did I miss something here? He has ADD.
ADD is a light form
He
of
has
autism.
ADD.
In some ways, I am on the spectrum. I don't know where on the spectrum. I don't really care. But ADD is a light form of autism.
Sand the floor, paint the fence. It's hard to, like, you will really, like, you think that things are very impossible that aren't things that you want to do. Like, that's kind of how you are.
Okay, so
And I get it, I get it, but
so it's gonna sound crazy, right? Because I build cars, right? I think nothing of it, but like the idea of drilling a hole in the house,
yeah, that was a big deal because
I freaked out.
yeah, he put the microwave in
I
the
freaked
day
out,
before
yeah.
yesterday, and you had to drill a hole, and
I-
it was like he was really upset that he had to drill a hole, like it threw him off like really badly, and I'm like, you do this, like look at the dark, look at what you call it? What you call it? The one with the holes in it. What's it called?
I've drilled a billion holes. I mean, drilling a hole is like a second nature to
Plan
me.
Z.
Yeah, I don't even have to think about it. I drill holes all day, all night, everywhere, all the time. I drill holes, except if it's not on a car.
Right.
So I had to put, so we had to put the microwave in the other day, right? So our microwave took a shit,
Yeah.
right? And she used the microwave oven. So we have to get a microwave. So I go over to Lowe's and I buy a microwave. And as I bought the microwave, I realized I don't know how to put this in. I don't want to put this in. I have no desire to put this in. Excuse me. So I said to the guy, I says, do you guys do installations? And he was like, yeah. I says, okay. He says, yeah, it's $119, whatever it was. I said, sold, right? I says, can you get it over there? And he says, well, it'll take about 8 or 9 days. And I said, oh, jeez. Okay. Because I know she needs her friggin' microwave. So we brought it back to the house and took it out of the box, and I had to psych myself up to do this. But we successfully removed the old one. There were 3 screws in the top and then this bracket on the back.
A guy can build an engine but can't install a microwave. It's kind of how it is.
So I got the new.
You did it though.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Proud of you.
But it got to a point where I had to drill different holes in the top of the thing, and I was like, oh my god, I can't believe I got to do this. So it was. I know it sounds crazy. I'm giving you guys an insight to like my mental illnesses, right? I was paranoid to drill the holes in the house, not because I thought there was a problem drilling a hole in the house. I really don't give a shit about houses. But it was just like, this is an impossible thing. You know what I mean? This can't be done by regular people.
He tells me all the time, like if he sees the furniture's been moved, he's like, how do you do that? I'm like, you just move it. He's like, no, that's impossible. That's an impossible task. I'm like, no, it's easy. You just move the furniture around.
No, not to me. It's not possible. It's crazy. It's like, you gotta
So
move
I never
furniture.
asked Tony to move furniture. It's funny.
Like she paints things. She paints the house,
The
and she
whole
paints the
house.
walls, and she moves the furniture. And I'm like, my God,
I put down floors and I moved the
you
furniture.
have to be insane to do something like that.
No, there's not a UTG sticker on the microwave. Tony's batshit crazy. a little crazy.
Listen, I'm just being honest with you.
Yep.
Hey, shush.
Yeah, he doesn't do house things.
Yeah, I'm just, I mean, I'm nothing if I'm not honest. I'm nothing if not open about how I am. I have problems.
I have problems.
I know I have problems. I embrace them, and that's why I walk through life smiling all the time.
It's not how fast you cook the food, it's how you make your food fast. It's good.
Shush. Shush. YouTube is watching.
Yeah. Pick her up so everyone can see who's working.
I'm not going to pick her up. I got the other two over here. All right, everybody out. Everybody. I'm going to put them outside. Go open the back door for now.
Okay. It's okay, Tony. Me too. You too. It's okay. I have problems. Great T-shirt. Rusty Fuel, hang on. Tony will be right back. I couldn't think of the name of Plan Z. How crazy is that? The car's been gone for like a couple of months, and I'm like, what car was that? The one with the holes in it? My brain is gone. I have to remember too many passwords. Okay, Rusty Fuel sent you a super chat.
Thank you.
It says, what is the highway mile per gallon of Project Daily Driver?
You know, I don't really clock it. When we first put it together, it was averaging around 18, 19, and that was like around town, mostly mixed use. I couldn't tell you what the highway mileage is. It's probably right around 20. It's a little bit shy of what I expected it to be, but the car runs really, really good, so I don't really worry about it.
Yeah, those are nice.
It's a sweet running car.
Is this the 360 swinger? Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not a rip roaring, you know, it's not a drag strip terror. It would probably run like a 15.0, 1490, 1480 like that. So it's not like a crazy hot rod, but it's a sweet driving car. It's just smooth and happy and efficient and quiet.
Okay, let's see. Yeah, there's always a tap dancing in the background. There are some dogs that growl at me when I go to cut their nails and try and bite me, so they have long nails.
They do.
Yeah. Let's see. Great shirt. I drill holes except on a house.
I don't do anything on the house.
I know, it's okay.
Oh, I did build a chicken coop.
You did build a chicken.
I built a chicken
for-
coop. But I did that. I did that
for
for. I did that for Crystal and the girls.
Yep, and kids. Never again, right?
Never again.
Never.
That was the dumbest thing I've ever done. That was the craziest
That was
thing
a
I've
lot
ever
of
done.
work. I don't know if you guys have ever built a big chicken coop. It was like the size of a shed. Like, it was exhausting.
I've done a lot of really crazy shit in my life, and that topped it all.
But at least now we know how to build things.
I don't want to know how to build
With
anything.
wood.
I'm not a freaking Egyptian. I don't need to. No, I don't need to build anything.
So Zero says, boss, for almost 2 years, I've been looking at this thing in my boss's office. Not until you did the propane bit. It's one of them manifold propane things.
Okay.
Okay.
Now you know.
Now you know. Let's see. Robert loves building out of wood. Big subwoofer base.
Oh, I have wood. I'm paranoid about wood.
I bet
I'm
your
afraid of
neighbors
working
loved
with wood.
you. Oh no, we don't have chickens here. It's at Crystal and Johnson.
Yeah, we had chickens here for a
We
while.
built it over there for them.
Yeah.
Not for us.
I built the base of it at the shop, and then we brought the base over to their place.
I'm
and-
exhausted just listening to you.
What's that?
I'm exhausted just listening to you.
I know. That was.
No, we don't have chickens. We have dogs.
What we found was we bought a kit that had brackets and directions. So all we had to do was buy the wood, cut the wood, and then assemble it. So that's what we did. That was tough. That was crazy. That
Put
took us.
windows in.
It took us months.
Yeah, a nice tin roof.
It took us months. It looks
A
good.
Dutch door. We made a Dutch door.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Crazy. Somebody could live in that.
Sure.
Yeah. I had no idea what the hell is that aluminum thing. Oh, Zero was saying. Did you follow the instructions? You did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a little. Well, I mean, I guess if you do it all the time, it's easy. It was a little abstract for me. But I don't like working with wood. I don't like the feel of wood. I don't like the irreplaceable nature of wood. You know, if you're working on a piece of metal and you screw up, well, you just weld more metal on it and keep going, right? But you can't do that with wood. You can't weld more wood on it. So yeah, I don't like that.
All right, Chris Cadman says, Kathy, I'll give you $5 if you walk away from Tony for 2 minutes just so we can see him freak out. Do we need the money?
I don't need it that
Are
badly.
you sure?
I'm positive.
You don't want the $5?
No, I don't walk away.
You're okay without me.
Only if I'm on a roll with something, or if I'm reading the questions myself. Have you ever seen me do a live by myself?
Yes.
It's like
I've seen you do
it's like
lives by
I'm a freaking
yourself.
rabbit on speed.
You're fine. You can do it. It's painful. The puppy has separation anxiety like a. Oh, Tony has separation anxiety like a puppy.
Well, no, it's not like that. I
Tony
mean,
is stressed at the thought of you walking away.
because I don't have control. I don't have. I'm a bit of a control freak, and her being here gives me control over what happens with the live because
How's
she's.
that? I picked the question.
Yes, but you're reading the questions. You see what I'm saying? So once you no longer read the question, and I can't see what's going
You
on,
panicked about
suddenly I'm out of
panicking.
control.
You're panicking. Relax. Relax.
And then I have a dead air phobia.
Relax. Relax. Oh my goodness, Tony, you're funny.
I have a lot of issues.
No, you're
I don't-
fine.
I don't make any bones about it.
You're fine.
I'm not well. And this is just good. You know, I'm happy.
Okay. Hey Tony, what's the best way for use to prepare to keep our cars on the road when things fall apart soon?
Stock up on parts, bro. Stock up on
Stock
parts.
up on parts.
Make sure your car is something that can be worked on. Make sure it's not reliant on imported things. And stock up on the important stuff and you'll be okay.
Oh no,
I
who's
hope.
blocked, Ari? What happened? Does somebody need to be blocked? Oh no. We can see the comments. He's just
What?
making stuff up.
Who's?
Poor man was like, "Can you see my comments?" And Ari was like, "No, you're blocked again." Ari says, "No, I'm just being ass as usual." Let's see. I want to see Tony break out the magnifying glass to read the comments. Mike N says.
I got my readers. I just bought another like 30 pairs yesterday.
But you'll lose them all.
I'll lose them all. I'll lose them all. I went to Dollar Tree, and I just bought all of the number 2s that they had.
Mm-hmm.
Anything that had a number 2 on it, I bought it.
You bought it. Yeah. That's good. Who is the one to blame for bloating lug nuts?
General Motors was the first. It was the first company that did that. I remember those. Freaking please. There's more frustration with that. General Motors, around 1973, 75. 75, I think they started that.
I can't see Ari's comments. He's gone rogue.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Let's see. Playboy BC says, what could cause cruise control to drop off speed and then pick back up on an 89 Dodge 318?
The on 89 318.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it has nothing to do with the engine. That's the one that's on the stalk. That's the resume function. Yeah, it's the coast and resume. So it's setting coast on its own. But off the top of my head, I couldn't tell you what.
No.
No.
You don't know?
No.
Let's see. The cast iron RB dual quad intake is a 4-holer per carb. Most likely uses Edelbrock. Was thinking 4-hole spacers to give volume and combat heat.
Yeah, I have one of those. I use open spacers. I've got 2-inch open spacers on them. That 4-hole manifold, there's power to be made if you clean. And I haven't done it to mine just because I just didn't do it at the time. Eventually, I'll go back into that engine and I'll open it up. But cutting out those 4 holes makes a difference. And that manifold has no plenum, has no real plenum. So if you can use open spacers under the carbs, like 2-inch open spacers under the carbs, you'll have just enough room. If you use like a low profile air cleaner, or you don't use any air cleaner at all, you'll have just enough room to shut the hood. Big open spacers make a big difference on those manifolds.
My buddy has a GMC truck. His headlight was around $2,500.
That's crazy stuff.
That's crazy.
Crazy stuff.
Why?
Because that's how they build them today.
No.
I'm gonna tell you.
I live in a bubble. Like
Okay.
literally, I live in a bubble because I can't imagine a $2,500.
It's a conspiracy.
Is it a conspiracy?
Yes.
No.
Yes, it's a conspiracy. It started with cash for clunkers. Okay.
Yeah.
And all of these incentives to get people to get rid of old cars, get into new cars.
Right.
Right immediately after that, they started making cars deliberately unrepairable. That's when all of these $800 headlights and crazy things all started to come into the mix over the last couple of years, right? Now they're deliberately bankrupting the automakers. The EV thing, all that stuff, they're deliberately bankrupting the automakers. And they're leaving it so that we don't have any choice but to buy.
What? What are we going to buy if they're bankrupting everyone?
They want most of us without cars.
I agree.
They want most of us without cars. They understand that cars are somewhat essential, right? The elite can't have the people turn directly against them. And if they were to like say, no cars anywhere, and you have to do this, well then the people would rise up and they would eat the elite, as has happened many times throughout history. So they're not going to be draconian with this stuff. They're just going to make it so that we're collectively priced out of repairing cars, priced out of buying new cars. You know, they're not going to do anything to take the older cars away. You know why? Because the freaking lizard scumbags and who they are, they also like old cars, believe it or not. And so they're not going to try to take that away.
You don't think so?
I know so.
Okay.
They consider old cars, not necessarily the old cars we consider, but classic cars they consider to be an investment, a status symbol, because they last and they're made of a quality. So yeah, they maybe Rolls Royces or Bentleys or Porsches or whatever it is for them. The lizard scumbag elite like old cars, just like we do.
Well, there you go. We will ride the happy bus and like it. Oh, well, that was.
I'm just saying. This is years of observation. I'm just saying.
Hi, Winnie. I'm saying hi to the dog. Let's see. They like airplanes better, Dada says, yeah.
Yeah, but they're not
That's
as
true.
practical.
And yachts. They like yachts.
Yes, they like all of those things.
All those things. Let's see. Floyd's Garage. This guy mentioned his carb guy recommended the 4-hole spacer for some reason. I can't remember, but I do remember the car slightly feeling better. I don't think you could go wrong with either spacer.
Well, okay, I would say 4-hole spacer would be great, except those low-profile manifolds don't have a plenum. Look at how much plenum there is there. I don't know why they did it that way. I honestly don't, especially since Chrysler was so plenum happy in that era. You know, look at the Max Wedge intakes and look at the Hemi intakes from that period of time. They were plenum nutty, right? But for some reason, those low-profile dual-quad intake manifolds have no friggin' plenums. So where a 4-hole spacer may be a better choice for an engine that has a plenum, They have no plenum, so you have to make the plenum by using open spacers. And believe me, I'm telling you, there's a big difference. There's a big difference.
Fearless Concola says this is why that exchange program was evil. They aimed it directly at the easiest, most commonplace pre-OBD to automobiles in the marketplace.
Yep. They didn't want to give anybody a choice to avoid the technology. You know what I'm saying? That's what happened. It's as simple as that. Now, you couldn't force people to get rid of their old cars because it'd be a rebellion, right? So you had to buy them. And you couldn't make it,
It's funny that they called them clunkers.
Clunkers, right, yeah. But immediately after that, like literally that year and the year after and the year after, that's when the crazy technology started to come into the picture. And now they're literally building disposable cars. Literally building disposable cars. And at the same time, bankrupting the legacy automakers.
Brenda Proctor says, we enjoyed your YouTube video on the EV batteries.
Thank you.
Tunnel Rabbit says, just finished overhauling a 22R for a now classic Toyota tonight. They will never take away that from myself. Get yourself a classic and restore it.
Yep. Absolutely. It's money. Money in the bank.
I saw that guy today driving that Volvo station wagon. I feel like we have a kinship.
Oh, yeah.
Even like it's different than the XJ. Oh my goodness, what's she chewing on? But it's kind of the same at the same time.
I know.
Yeah. There's a guy that drives an old Volvo station wagon. It's kind of cool. I saw him at Publix. Propaganda planting, haha. For a daily driver, would you pick points or factory electronic ignition? Robert Dix.
I'm a points guy. I like points. I just like the ultra simplicity of it. Flip a coin. Flip a coin. Well, I'll tell you what. I recently converted my, so my wrecker originally had electronic ignition. It took a shit on me on the way home from someplace. Several years ago this was. And I dropped the points distributor in it. And then I recently swapped it back to electronic for the simple fact that I can't conveniently reach the distributor. You know, I can't just, I have to stand on something and climb all over shit to reach the distributor to set points and stuff. So that truck I recently converted back to electronic ignition. I did the same thing with my 73 Roadrunner. That car, it was originally electronic. I put a dual point in it, and I says, no, I want to keep this car as original as I can, and I went back to the electronic with it. So I have some electronic ignition more parts, but flip a coin.
Dickie Foley says, I did message the landlord of the lady that has the dog I was talking about, and she's going to ask if they will get rid of the dog. I could probably get it for free. Well, good luck. Let's see. Our 90s to 2001 Chevy Astrovans Classic, Herb Rigel is asking.
Buy them. Buy as many as you can.
Let's see. Ari's saying, I kept the points in my pickup. They worked so well for so many years with the 6-cylinder that I figured they'd work for the V8.
Yeah. There's just something about the ultra simplicity of points. One wire runs the engine, you know, and they can be easily swapped on the side of the road or just readjusted. You know what I mean? Like they starts to run a little jacked up. You can climb under there, open a gap a hair, and motor down the road. So it's like, shish.
That fast guy uses a Holley fuel injection distributor with a carb to control timing.
Oh, there's lots of different variations of all that stuff. Depends what you're looking to achieve. If I was going true Mad Max, right? If I had to drive something, okay, so if I had to pick a car that was going to be on the highway all the time, always far from a convenient destination, to me it's a no-brainer, points. Because that can be diagnosed instantly on the side of the road. Don't have to find a place to you know what I mean? You happen on the interstate in the middle of freaking nowhere, and within 5 minutes, you can change the points of condenser and right back down the road. So, in that respect, points would, in my mind, would always get the the nod. You have a problem with your electronic ignition. It's not really quite as simple. You know what I mean? You can't just quickly make a repair on the side of the road.
What's your opinion on first generation MX-5?
I like them. But it's not my cup of tea. You know, they're cool. They're just not for me.
That's your dog, yeah? Oh, she's a puppy. She's just barking.
Yeah.
She's only 16 weeks old. She's a baby.
Where you go, Stone?
Tony, have you encountered any counterintuitive engine mods that have proved to increase performance?
Counterintuitive engine mods. I'm drawing a blank on that. One of the things that I really enjoyed about Nitro is that a lot of it is counterintuitive, right? Things that work on, and I don't want to get into the whole. I want to get into a whole different place now, right? If Frank goes around, he knows what I'm talking about. A lot of the tuning on the Nitro car is counterintuitive to what you would do with a gasoline engine, and that's one of the things I enjoyed about it, because there was always a little bit of a brain tree that it works here but it don't work there. What do I get? So it's like, but no, I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
Franco says low tech will always get you home.
Yes.
Mr. McKinnon says counterintuitive modification to the performance engine would be adding devices that reduce the power, like air conditioning and power steering.
Well, that wouldn't be counterintuitive. That's counterproductive.
How will electric vehicles pay fuel tax / road tax?
No idea.
That's a good question.
I have no idea.
Let's Google that, Tony. Quit playing with the tape measure again. I can barely hear Tony. The dogs are playing.
Yeah, that's the paws on the floor. All right, hey, the nails.
Maggie has
nails.
really long nails because she tries to bite me when I clip them.
Wow, they're really long. Oh my God.
Yeah, she won't let me cut them. Give me a muzzle or something. Your dog is now looking. Yeah.
What was I gonna say? I don't remember.
He asked a question about oh, I don't know. Were you gonna say something else? He asked about the fuel tax, road tax for EVs.
What I was gonna say is the whole EV thing is a flash in the pan. They are impractical, right? For mass adoption, they are impractical. Okay, that's that simple. And the public, you've got a percentage of the public that's sold on the idea, and it's fine. Let them have electric cars. But, and this is going to kill the automakers. Ford lost $4.5 billion. They lost $2.5 billion the year before, 2022. 2023, they've lost $4.5 billion through the EV market, right? And the general public doesn't want them. A percentage of the general public does. So let's say 10 or 20% of the general public wants to buy electric. Well, that's fine. But you can't take these automakers and completely change their focus from traditional cars that people want and will continue to want to EVs and expect them to survive. So it's obvious to me the whole thing is a clusterfuck, and it's going to end up with the automakers out of business. It's the only way this could happen. It's the only way it could play out. Because you cannot convince the average person to buy an EV. It ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen.
Oh, you're over 2 hours in.
Wow.
Yeah.
That went fast.
Yeah. It did go fast. And the dogs are starting to go crazy.
Yeah, the dogs are going nuts now. All right, let's, oh my God. Let's reel it in, baby.
It's what?
Let's reel it in.
Okay.
All right.
What?
Shush. Shush. contributed to Super Chat. Thank you so much. It's greatly appreciated. Who is it with the dog?
Dickie Farley.
Dickie Farley. Dickie, I'm serious. If you incur any expenses going to get that dog, you let me know and we will cover it. You're doing a good thing and we will help. Okay? I put the super chats for it, so maybe the super chats will. Alright, so thank you everybody who contributed. Everybody contributed your presence and your conversation. Thank you equally. We appreciate all of you. Our mods, Ari, Fubar Zero. Thank you guys.
Pick
Again,
Winnie
as
up and let her
always.
say goodbye so they know.
I'm eternally grateful. What's that?
Pick Winnie up and let her say goodbye.
Come on, come here, Winnie. She's gonna go nuts. She's hyper right now. Oh God, she's hyper. And there's a voice.
Oh,
Yes.
good. Yay.
Okay, yay. Okay. Let me go.
Winnie. Winnie.
Winnie.
Hey.
Hey, look. Say hi. Say hi.
Poopa. Hi.
You're a good girl.
That's a good girl.
That's a good girl. I love you. Okay.
Say goodbye. Yeah, we do this every Sunday. And Tony does tech on Wednesday.
Yes, Wednesday night tech talk with Kiwi.
Right.
And tomorrow we're doing a collaboration. We did a collaboration with Dr. Art. Really, really interesting video. We're gonna. It's something completely stupid. You guys are gonna like it. So that's it, right? We're out of here.
Yeah, I think so.
All right, make it stop now.
Making it
Just
stop.
hit the button. Make it stop. I'm done. I'm just done. I'm shutting the light. Look, I'm shutting the light.
Good night, everybody.
Okay, I'm done.